Let's see what's going on here. We on. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure having you in. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And technically, as a spiritual healer, what I do pretty much it is assisting other people in becoming in alignment with the person that they are. And you can only do so by understanding those different aspects of yourself. You know, your emotions, your emotional patterns, your emotional blockages. You know, you have to become aware of that. And also, in addition to it, you would have also to understand your intellectual conditioning, your perspective, how you're looking at things, with along with your intuition. So those two have to become together, and that's what is called the perfect man, the one. Do you see what I'm saying? It has absolutely nothing to do with being flawless, but it's being in harmony with the person that you are. In other words, when you hear mind, body, and soul, that's the underlying meaning of you becoming together with the person that you are. So in a nutshell, that's what I do. I assist people in that process. Now, if you're coming back, you already know, stop playing. It's always a pleasure having you back. Get a plate. You know what I'm saying? It's a holy communion, baby. All you got to do, you already know, man. Close your eyes, open your mouth. The body of Christ. So, and as always, if, especially if this is your first time, I always like to take a little bit of time here to tell you a little bit about what spirituality is. And obviously, as a spiritual healer, the tool that I use, is spirituality. But first, we have to know what the fuck is that, right? So spirituality, pretty much, it tells the story of the spirit. Now, when you talk about the occult, right? The occult is pretty much helping you to have a better understanding of who you are. That is the self-realization. Meaning, they will tell you things as you have a conscious mind, then you have a subconscious mind. Then you have your ego. Then you have your shadow. All of that is pretty much telling you that you are more than your physical self. So, i.e., which is now the meaning of the hidden culture, now it's getting into, those different aspects of you. That without even your belief system, without even saying this is far away from you, it's just you. Because when we talk about the occult, it's just having a deeper or a more profound understanding, a view of who you are. That's that self-realization. That's you knowing thyself. So therefore, you are spirit. Period. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are spirit, and it's being manifested in everything that you do. In other words, that's like telling you you're living like this is a world of illusion. So for you to get to know yourself, that's why you have to be devoted. You got to keep your eyes on the prize, as far as those different aspects of you, for you not to be fooled. That's why they call it the world of illusion. The Indian call it Maya, due to that reason. And the occult, in so many words, is just defining what Maya is. The fact that you have to delve deeper into yourself to understand who you are also saying that you are more than your physical self. But most importantly, what you're truly saying is that you are spirit. And spirituality is just the story of that. I want you to stay with me here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? This is very important because that's also going to be the foundation of our conversation tonight. Right? So if you see this title here, it's going to be, does pretty much magic make you spiritual? Now, if you understood everything I just said, magic technically, is no greater than you taking a shit. because you are already spiritual. I mean, you are already spirit. Now, you, the part of you becoming spiritual now, is when you have, recognized that spirit in you. Now you have activated that. Then you become spiritual. So, meaning spirituality, yo, like that's your birthright. Like that's who the fuck you are, without anything. Fuck religion, fuck everything else. You already that nigga. That's who you are. In fact, my job is to remind you of who you are. That's how you come together. That's the self-realization. That's the journey. That's the unification of your emotions with your intellect. That's your regular life, nigga. This is your spirituality. Your humanity is your spirituality. So now, if you know magic, does that make you spiritual? No. Because at this point, you should understand the gist, the point of this here is for you to become enlightened. It's for you to become aware. Magic, again, like I said, it's no greater than you taking a shit. Do you see what I'm saying? And shit, nigga, I'm originally from Haiti, right? A lot of motherfuckers be using voodoo and shit. You know what I'm saying? Magic. I mean, voodoo is a lot great. It's a lot more than that. I'll get back to that. But the point, I mean, okay, the part that I'm trying to, I want you to understand is that, you have people who are doing, or doing black magic, pretty much, right? So technically what they're doing is looking to hurt other people, jealousy, envy, or some people trying to get your destiny, like all kinds of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I mean, it's no different than you taking a shit. Because you could do all this magical shit. Well, let's not just look at it, let's just say, in just a bad way, right? So let's be a little more optimistic here, right? So, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, truly, it doesn't make a difference, but let's take a look at the other side, right? So now you have the secret, right? The secret now didn't tell you anything that you weren't doing. In fact, they are telling you a lot of other people was doing that. What's probably making it the secret is that you didn't know about it. But you knowing or didn't know about it didn't stop you from manifesting. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, when they come out with the secret, it's not when everybody started to manifest shit. You've been manifested that already. You've been who the fuck you are. Now, you acknowledging that is you becoming conscious of that. Then now you said, it's not about working hard. I have to change my state of mind so I could attract all this shit. Now, that's white magic, if you want to call it that way. So you have your white magic. Boo-hoo. What difference does it make? But the point, it doesn't make you, let's just say, more... I mean, if you want to say more spiritual, I guess, a little bit. Because now at this point, let's just say if you're doing black magic, instead of you stabbing a motherfucker or pulling a gun on the motherfucker, now you could just do some shit to hurt him. So in that sense, okay. Now if you want to say it makes you a little more spiritual, in a sense that you have at least activated that and recognize, yeah, you got it. Nigga, that's yours. You can keep it, nigga. Keep it. I don't give a fuck. Keep it. Fine. But clearly now, there's something else missing. Which is that state of enlightenment. Because you haven't fully recognized pretty much the connection between you and pretty much everything. There's a separation. You're being, one-sided. You haven't seen the big picture. So either you're doing white magic, manifesting. Okay, now you start to acknowledge a little bit more about yourself. But the name of the game, or the point of you playing this game, is for you to become fully aware, which is to attain your state of enlightenment, becoming the Christ. That's why you're doing this. That's what. Well, that's the game you should be in for. That should be your end game. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, magic doesn't. I mean, shit. That's why the key is not. It's not necessarily. I mean, if you're doing magic, it's fine. But the masters, they know how to become magical, and that's the meaning behind seeking the kingdom of God, and everything else will be given to you. That's what they're telling you, man. Now, can you work hard to get certain things? Hell yeah, hell yeah. We're just playing different games here, man. I mean, we're just playing different. You know what I'm saying? We ain't judging you. You know what I'm saying? You can do all that. Again, it comes down to quality versus quantity. But to get back to what we were talking about, that's why it's important for you. Not necessarily important, but when you understand, okay, so when we talk about magic, it's just something that you are. It's regular shit. Our ancestors knew that. That's why magic is a science. That's like you taking this shit. It's a science. Our ancestors looked at it as a science. You know what I'm saying? It's no greater than you. Let's just say, you got a piece of wood. You know what I'm saying? You got a lighter. You light the shit up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know how to use, how to put those two together. That's it. And of course, it comes with a state of mind. Most importantly, this is also acknowledging that we are more than just our body. But the magic doesn't make you spiritual. It's because you have realized that you are spirit, then now, magic become effective. That's why they always tell you, you are the magic. If you don't put your mind into it, or if you don't believe in it, do you see what I'm saying to you? How the fuck do you want it? Either black or white. I mean, shit, you gotta believe in what the fuck you're doing. Again, you're looking at two sides of the same coin. Magic is magic. But most importantly, that's why the light worker or the enlightened one, you should walk both sides. If we're using this in layman's term, right? You got to know how to protect yourself. Or if somebody did anything to you, whatever the fuck. Again, the layman's terms. Either way, you got to know both sides. This is the world of illusion. So every time you're looking to separate, or you having the physical and the non-physical, you are tripping. We say it ourselves. The body is a vessel, right? If it's a vessel, right? What's the projection? You are projecting. That's why your body is simply a projection of your consciousness. Come on. When you see it that way, at that point, there's no need for you to separate yourself from your body. Because now, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. And that's why our ancestors, or the 7 Hermetic principles, are teaching you, man. It's all mental. So in other words, by them saying that, they're telling you, shit, I mean, does it matter? Is there matter? Excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Tahuti, is there matters? They'll probably look at me and say it don't matter. And pretty much that's what quantum physics is telling you. So understand, the hidden culture, it's just you having a better understanding of who you are. And you do so by understanding those different aspects of you. Then now they would start telling you, you know what I'm saying, you have a conscious mind, you have your subconscious mind. Then okay, then you have your shadow, I'm saying, whatever the fuck they talk about. So in other words, what I'm also trying to say here too, it's like it's your regular life. It's you being born. Just doing that. You see what I'm saying? Now, the prestige, man, they said it this way. It's you being the magician. Yo, that movie is... This nigga went in. Are you being... You know what I'm saying? You got to get your hands dirty. As a musician. I mean, magician. But most importantly, you got to be devoted to your art. That's why this type of knowledge, you got to be devoted to yourself. In all aspect of you. In other words, you're becoming, that's self-realization. It's a constant job. It's the present. It's the now. So devoted all the time. It's the now, right here, right now. You understand what I'm saying to you? But anyway, this is actually random, right? I was listening to a brother, man. So he was pretty much talking about magic, first of all. And then I think what he said was the self does not exist. There's no self. I'm like, okay. But his definition of no self was because, think about it, right? And it was interesting to see that point of view, right? Because I always say that shit myself. I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a cousin, you know what I'm saying? I'm all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So now, this motherfucker used that same example to say, which one are you? Like, which one are you? Which one of these ones are you? Then now he's saying there's no self. Wow. Because there's not one of them that is greater than the other. And he's called, like, I'm like, what the fuck? Is there anything about multidimensional here? You know what I'm saying? Is it possible that I could be all of it? Not because, you know what I'm saying, that's those different aspects of me. The Alpha and the Omega. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm showing you there's layers in this, but most importantly, it's about having that deeper understanding of who you are. How do you go against yourself to say there's no self? Because you have so many of those different aspects of you. That's because he's actually eating from the tree of good and evil. There's a competition here. The true call for you to become in alignment with who you are as a spirit, there's no limit to you. That's why I could be a son. I could be a father at the same time. I'm the student. I'm a teacher. All at the same time. Does that mean I'm not, I don't exist? I'm like, what the fuck? Does that mean I don't exist? I don't know, B. That's why it's not about how you're looking at it. It's not about, how much you see, but it's how are you looking at it. How you're looking at it, that's the difference between being ignorant and enlightened. It's how you're looking at it. If you're ignorant, there's a certain way, obviously, that you're looking at it. But the star, the enlightened one, would have to look at it differently. That's a must. You see what I'm saying to you? So that was that. Random. We're just talking some random bullshit. But it's all related to magic too. And that's why the point, you know what I'm saying, knowing how to do magic is not going to make you conscious. Because your objective is to be conscious. Meaning becoming the Christ. You know what I'm saying? God had to wake up, the Buddha. You see what I'm saying? The ultimate journey is to reach that higher state of consciousness that God had. That's why, doing magic, it's simply, you know what I'm saying, just like I said, you either having a job, then there's a different way you could get some money. You could do a ritual. But now, that should be part of somebody who had attained the highest state of consciousness or enlightenment. Of course, we're going to move that way because we're looking at the game differently. Do you see what I'm saying? But ultimately, it has to come. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example, right? So we were talking about The Secret. The Secret is telling you pretty much these things that you can do, but what does that say about you? That's the part they're not telling you. If I don't have to work hard, I could just sit down, think about something, have my emotions in it, and do all that shit. What the fuck does that say about me? Who the fuck am I? But they're not talking about you, though. That's why seeking the kingdom of God and everything else will be given to you. That's why in the Bible, even Jesus called them that type of knowledge. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Those are the thieves. Because now they could just like, it's pretty much the same thing with the motivational speakers. They're giving you some fire shit. But they're not telling you who the fuck you are, though. If I could manifest my dream, I could do whatever the fuck I want. I could do this, I could do that. I could become from being poor to be a whole fucking different motherfucker, to fucking riches, whatever the fuck. What does that say about me? That's why self-realization is the goal. Should be your goal. So you're falling short just by looking at, it could help. It could be a stepping stone. But it shouldn't be like a fucking end game. Just because you can manifest. Or just because, magic doesn't give you that state of mind, though. Doesn't mean that you know who you are. That's why this is for the elders. This is quality, baby. We're talking about quality here. There's different layers on how you can actually look at it. So the bottom line is that you need to attain, you need to know who you are. That's why when you know who you are, shit, nigga, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You could do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? That's how you become a god walking amongst men. That's why spirituality has to be materialized. You don't want to spiritualize spirituality. It has to be materialized. That's why our ancestors use mythology, using those different, fucking, they were putting it in human form so you could get it. Do you see what I'm saying? Then they would say the dad fucked the daughter was fucking the son. None of that. They were just using energy, but using the brother and the father aspect. I'll give you a perfect example, right? Let me just make it simple for you. If I were to tell you, nigga, before you fuck with any female on the outside, you gotta fuck with the female, you know what I'm saying, in your family. Like, you're like, God damn, because that's how these niggas were talking. That was their language. Not that they were being incest or they were fucking each other. There was some orgy shit. No, because, they were speaking like, okay, meaning I have to be in touch with the feminine in me. Myself is my family. Not my cousins or my sister, none of that shit. That's not what we're talking about here. Now, this is talking your family is your house. Just like in mythology, when they're talking about becoming the ruler of your kingdom, we're talking about self-mastery. Your kingdom, it's your house, it's your family, depending on which mythology that you're fucking reading. The bottom line, that's what they're saying. Now, you and the family is to make you, it's for you to go in, understand, like, it's all part of you. When I call my son, my brother, my sister, like the fucking moon. That's how in African spirituality, we had to identify ourselves with it, because we understand the connection that we have with them. It wasn't nothing like, you know what I'm saying? Because in Tantric, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I was a little bit skeptical, you know what I'm saying? But maybe I was a little bit freaky too, because I still wanted to know, but I didn't know what was behind it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, damn, man, these bitches be worshiping dicks and shit? Niggas swinging. I got some worshiping for you bitches. You know what I'm saying? I be chilling in India, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Having a dot right here. You know what I'm saying? With the motherfucking wrap my ass around and shit and surrounded by bitches. Oh, Master L'Esprit, what do you want? Oh, shit. But sadly, motherfucker, that shit had nothing to do with none of that shit. Just like when I was using that fucking example, you know what I'm saying? If I were to tell you, you know what, for you to become your own man, you gotta kill your mom and dad, nigga. Then you go like, what? Shit. Let me catch these niggas. Has nothing to do with that. Do you see what I'm saying? That what that is simply saying, if I were to say that to you, is that you have to become your own person. Independently from them. That doesn't mean you cannot listen to what they're saying. That's not what that means at all. You listen to what they're saying. In fact, you are listening to what they're saying. But it has to be in accordance with you. That's how you become your own man. You don't slay or here's another language that they use in mythology. You got to slay your dragon. What kind of dragon is that, nigga? Nigga, I'm from Haiti. I ain't never seen no dragon. Have you? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I ain't never seen no fucking dragon in Haiti, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you tell me, you know what I'm saying? Have you seen any dragon? Or maybe at that time, there were dragons and they no longer exist? Listen. It's on you. That one's on you, baby. It's on you. You know, but as part of my assistance to you, it's not physical per se. But they had also made it physical by pulling those energies and giving them life by naming them. But now the thing for us is that we need to uncode or decode, those understanding. And pretty much that's what all the masses been doing, man. And that's what I'm doing to you with you motherfuckers right now. Decoding some shit. Meaning having a better or a deeper perspective of what the shit is. And that's what spirituality is pretty much, you being a spirit. That's what the occult is. That's the occult right there. That's what the occultist is. That's why this shit is a science. We are, I can also call myself a psychologist, I think. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Shit. That's how I'm able to give you your medicine. By understanding that's why we talk about mind control. So you understand how your mind is being operated. That's why we talk about culture too. Then you got to understand your ego, subconscious mind, culture, because all these shit is part of your conditioning. So for you to master yourself, you have to decode all of these things or find the code. What do they mean? Or going beyond culture. Now I'm looking at you as a motherfucker. All right, you were born speaking English. I was born speaking Creole, nigga. Nice to meet you, motherfuckers. But you could feel the spirit speaking. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's important for you to understand your culture because your culture is part of your conditioning, and it may not allow you to go beyond, but putting you in a fucking box. Like, I'll give you a perfect example, right? Being from Haiti, like, my understanding of what media used to be is different. When we're talking about the media, you had people, in fact, that used to, I don't know, I mean, what would be the terminology? Like, but they would go to, like, other countries, I guess it's political asylum, asylum? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, the media at that point, nigga, would be risking their lives to pretty much to discredit the government or by putting the shit out, right? But the media over here is different. What you have in your culture over here, you know what I'm saying? In our culture, I should also say, you know what I'm saying? I'm part of it, nigga. Shit. I'm not living in Haiti talking to you here. So, motherfucker, in our culture, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. The media is telling you the narrative. You know what I'm saying? When was the last time you heard somebody almost died who had to flee the country because they were trying to talk some shit? And if they're doing it, trust me, Alex Jones, you already know who that nigga is. You know what I'm saying? It's a show, baby. It's a show. These niggas run the show. They make it a show. And that has always been part of the American culture as far as the media. It was there to tell you what to do, inform you. This is how you gotta act. This is what's beautiful. This is what's not. This is who you need to vote with. I mean, they're very complex in what they do, but if you could see beyond it, then you see it's all bullshit. But again, I was just saying this to say, culture. So what you're doing is you are unpeeling the fucking onion. You're trying to get to the essence of who you are. And that's what you do, the shadow work, you understanding your consciousness. But it's another way of saying, now, what it's not what you think it looks like. That's the prestige, baby. That's the fucking illusion. You being a magician, there you go. Shit, I can't recall. They had, I think it was 3 steps, right? You show the fucking item, the turn, whatever the fuck, and then you're able to actually bring it back. But the key thing that they said was that a lot of you are looking for lies, man. You're looking to be put to sleep. You're enjoying, like, you worshiping idols. Right? You're not looking for the real shit. You know, that's why you have your economic plans and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole schooling system. You're not looking for your true self. We have created a whole system where, you know, you make it illegal for anybody to be who they are. You have to become average. Well, average is not your natural state. It's not. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain shit you like. There's, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be playing the guitar. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck, musicians, you know, like, or scientists, like, whatever the fuck, man. We all came here to do something. We all have our gifts. There shouldn't be no competitions at all. Why do we need competition, nigga? Because if I'm going to be myself and you're going to be yourself, I mean, most likely, maybe we can compete if we're doing the same thing. But at this point, it would be more of us working together, you know what I'm saying? And sharpening up our tools. So competition, it's like you looking for something else, man. You're looking for, like, what the fuck? How did you go so far left? Shit, exit's right here, dog. Then you just kept going. You ain't even stopping. You're not making a U-turn. It don't matter. Well, that's exactly what a lot of us do. Unconsciously. Allegedly. Allegedly, niggas. Because I'm not putting you're not in court. I ain't judging you, baby. Allegedly. But nevertheless, that's what's happening, though. No matter how you want to look at it, the facts are the facts, bro. And that's what that fact is. So that's why the name of the game, your purpose, is to have that self-realization. Magic can help. Now, you know what I'm saying? But once you have that self-realization, everything else, you know what I'm saying? You mastered everything else. That's how everything else will be given to you. Seek the kingdom of God. How do you want it? And what you're also doing by you going beyond your culture is also understanding that you are more than what you're looking at. That's the complexity of us. That doesn't mean we have no self. It means we are embodying, listen, man, you are God, baby. That's your divine essence. Just like, let's just say, fuck it. Okay, there's a universe, right? You know, God, higher self. Well, guess what? That's the meaning of the God, of the Son and the Father being one. And the Father's doing what He does, the Son is doing what He does. But yet, they're still connected. They still one. Not to say there was a difference. That's why once you start, like for me, that's how I started understanding body, right? Because as I became conscious, right, my spirituality, then my body was no longer this physical body. It was nature. It was cosmic. That's when I say a nigga, I'm cosmic. Because I have attained or that state of, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to say it, but experiencing it, it's beautiful. In other words, me saying I'm cosmic, that's like I acknowledge the Father, man. I mean the Father, man. I look like that nigga. Look at me, man. I laugh just like him. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to my dad too, man. You know what I mean? In all layers. All my dads. You know what I'm saying? The great creator. You know what I'm saying? The nigga I got the swag from too. All of them. It's nothing but the macrocosm in the microcosm and macrocosm. It is, you know what I'm saying? Same shit, man. Now you may choose to use different toilet paper. It's the same thing that's gonna come out of your ass, babe. So, does magic make you spiritual? You know, it's on you, baby. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line, most importantly, what we should take away from all of this is not just the meaning of what the occult is, but also we are the occult. And understand that we are more than our physical body, meaning we are living in a world of illusion. Come on, niggas. We're talking about the same side, different side of the same coin, or two sides of the same coin. That's why our ancestors, when I talk about African spirituality, is based on polarity, not duality. Duality tells you there's two sides. Polarity says, okay, those two sides are one. That's why it doesn't matter if you fuck Earth or not. Not to say fuck your humanity. To deny this humanity is to deny your growth. It's to deny your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. It's to deny all of that. There's layers in this. Again, this is the world of the fucking illusion. You gotta be devoted, baby. A true magician devotes his life to his art. Your art is you, baby. Oh man, y'all gotta check out The Prestige, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like, part of me wants to, shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like showing you, and the thing I love about The Prestige is like it was layered. This motherfucker did. I feel like this movie is underrated. A lot of people don't pay attention to it as much as the motherfucking Inception, as much as the Batman that he had. And speaking of the Batman, oh my God, man. Now, it's important, man, for you guys, part of the intellectual conditioning, movies plays a big part. Think about this, right? And it's funny. And this is one of my favorite movies, but that's where you have to understand how you also, the so-called spiritual movies, you got to watch out for them. Because the spirituality, you can only get it, you know what I'm saying, depending on what level you are. But if you're not on that space for you to get the spiritual part, what are you getting? There's also a message too. There's also a message. And I'll give you a perfect example. Because if there wasn't that type of message in it, trust me, they wouldn't put that shit out. And I got you. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm trying to say. Batman Dark Knight Rises. One of my favorite movies. Like not just that one, but Christopher Nolan. I gotta be honest. I love his art. You know what I'm saying? But that would be a whole different conversation because I also, you know what I'm saying, we got some other shit to talk about. But and back Bane, right? This nigga, if you listen to everything he was talking about, he should have been the Batman because he was really telling you the truth. But here's what you got to understand, right? By now you have the Batman, who's the good man, who's the good guy, you know, having to fight the bad guy. So meaning anything that the bad guy is saying, it's already getting a bad rap, like he's bad. So I'm saying all of that to say to you, like, it's almost like, okay, I was working on this paper, right? Because I remember, like, it was around my college days. I was actually working on this. It was a group paper. And pretty much, what was the conversation about? What was the whole thing about? What the fuck? Don't do me like this. You came, you just left. You know what I'm saying? You gonna leave me hanging? Because the idea came in, and then the motherfucker like, nigga, come on. We were talking about the government. Pretty much about, you know, how being a Democrat, being a Republican, you know, it's both bullshit, right? But now at this point, as we were doing what is called brainstorming, everybody's chipping in, everybody's talking about different ideas, right? It was a group paper. And I remember this guy said, and that's when I'm like, this guy said, you know what? It is true. They are both fucked up, but guess what? That's what we have, so we got to make a choice. It's the same idea of you saying, you know what I'm saying, we know they both evil, but we're going to go with the lesser evil. Like, what the fuck? So, when you have movies like, you know, Bane telling you the truth, but yet the Batman, although there's a whole spiritual meaning behind it, at this point, fuck the spiritual meaning, but the other people who are being conditioned about it. Now you know, and you know, does it matter? Like, what? It's like we know the system is fucked up, but that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ride or die with our fucked up shit. That's mind control. That's them telling you, yo, you know, like, you know how many taxes you paying, nigga? From income tax, sales tax. You know what I'm saying? You go to the store, food stuff. You know, you paying all kinds of taxes, bro. They take it out of your paycheck. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? If I were to say that to you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm starting some shit. Maybe not. But they are making it acceptable for you. That's why true mind control is not about convincing or having a fucking argument about anything. True mind control is how they're getting you to think. So meaning, yes, we know the system is fucked up. That's what we have. We accept it. Now you have two presidents. You know both of these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you, but you're still gonna vote. You know whoever sounds a little more like he gives a fuck, but you know he doesn't give a fuck. That's who you're gonna vote for. You're looking for lies, my nigga. That's what the Prestige was telling you. People are looking for lies. You're just looking for lies. So when what was that nigga name? Whatever the fuck, the one who went out on that journey looking to, you know, because he couldn't believe, what was the name of that trick? There was a demo some shit, man. What the fuck was that shit? But anyway, it was, you know, technically it was what was something man show. Shit's right here too. Like ah nah 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 nah. Yeah, all right, fuck you. But anyway, make a long story short, you know, um, well shit, it's kind of hard to make this one short because to truly understand it, you have to get to the bottom of it, right? You know what I'm saying? The twins. It was some shit show, but anyway, I think I might have. You know what I'm saying? But I part of me wants to do like a breakdown, but again, you got to look at the other side of it too. That's more of the side that I'm concerned for, right? Because let's just say Christopher Nolan, right, being a spiritual motherfucker, you could say, based on his work, but you're only saying that because that's what you're looking at, but not just because of what you're looking at. This motherfucker, like, yeah, he's challenging you. He's maybe I get it. I get it. I get it. This is where I'm going with that, though. Oh shit, there's so many different ways that I can actually go with that. Because this is actually a very profound, because you have to understand the history of entertainment too. You know what I'm saying? At least for me, I had a different interpretation of it. Like, coming from Haiti, I can't recall the name of that. There was a fucking shit. There was a literature because, back in France, right? Because I was studying some shit, about, a lot of those artists, like just like today, that reflect the reality of what's taking place, right? It could be political, it could be sociable or social, or it could be whatever the fuck, right? But a lot of these motherfuckers, right? Again, the art was a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, like, the media in our culture over here, they dictate the motherfucking. That's why they wouldn't allow you to talk any type of certain way. Or are you crazy? If they allow you to tell, all right, no problem. They're gonna label you being crazy. So again, are you crazy? You crazy either way. Yay, you crazy, nigga. Simple. What are you talking about? You want to talk about magic? Well, that's magic like a motherfucker. That's magic right there, man. You know what I'm saying? But to attain that higher state of consciousness is to actually remove yourself from the game. Everything becomes one. There's no separation between you and I. Again, the conversation is different. So I'm gonna leave it there. Shit, man, it's already almost a motherfucking hour. But anyway, you gotta remember, man. Spirituality is your birthright. You are spirit. But now, your responsibility is to attain is self-realization. Look for the kingdom of God. However, whatever resonate with you. So our purpose over here, your job is to have self-realization, to know who you are, because you're already that. Everything you're doing is already that. Know yourself. You know what I'm saying? We're going to leave it there. You already know. Check out the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Let's build a fucking community. We got a whole bunch of shit to talk about. Let's stay connected. Let's all, like, with the like-minded, you know what I'm saying? The elites, the royal blood. That's who I'm listen, man. That's who I want to get down with. You know what I'm saying? So check out the Patreon. Become a member. You know what I'm saying? Based on, you know what I'm saying? Not just a member, just to become a member. Like, on that space. Let's create a movement. Oh, I'm a bad boy, baby. You already know. I sent. Brow. My lee.